Hello family, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. In today's video I'm going to share with you how to make quick and easy cabbage rolls, step-by-step tutorial for beginners. I'm going to serve this with some coconut rice. Let's get straight to today's video. I have a cabbage right here. This cabbage is worth $1. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get rid of this outer cover, and then I'm going to go ahead and wash it up. Okay, so before I wash my cabbage, I want to make work easy for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the leaves one by one so I can thoroughly wash them. So for that I'm just using a knife and then I'm just going to use my hand to remove it and separate it. And I'm doing this gently. I don't want to break my cabbage. I want the whole leaf out. And I'm going to go ahead and set it on a basin aside. So I'm just going to work on the rest of these leaves really quick. Okay you guys, so this is now what I have left. I feel like I don't need it anymore, but I'm not going to throw it away. I can cook it. So right here are all the vegetables, all the cabbage leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and wash them. So the reason why I separated the leaves is because I want all the leaves to steam. So after washing the leaves, I'm going to add them to a pot. I have this pot over here and I hope it will be enough for all these leaves. So I'm just going to try to arrange them nicely, yeah, so they can fit here. If I steamed the whole cabbage, I felt like the inside of the cabbage won't cook or something like that. So I'll have to do it again. I'll have to remove the outer leaves and then I cook the inside again. I know you understand what I mean. So that's the reason why I decided to separate the leaves. So when arranging them, I'm just going to try to combine them together like this because I don't have a big pot. I'm going to combine these other ones over here. And then I'm going to set them to the side, and then I'm just going to add the rest of these here. Oh! So the cabbage leaves fit on my pot. I'm now going to go ahead and add water. So I'll add water to slightly cover them. I only have a lid to fit this pot. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it with another pot. I have my pot here. I'll just try to cover it up nicely. Like I said before, I'm going to be steaming them for 10 minutes. I'm going to use this other stove over here to the furthest end because I'm going to need this other stove here. So I'll just fire up my stove and then I'm going to add my pot. I'm just going to use medium heat. So while the cabbage is still cooking, I'm going to go ahead and prepare some vegetables. for the filling. I already prepared some carrots here. So for the carrots, I feel like I should grate them. Yeah, rather than chopping them. I'm going to go ahead and use the coarse part of my grater to grate the carrots. So these are the coriander leaves that I have here. I actually have some preserved coriander leaves that I'm going to use too. I'll set the onions aside again. So for the garlics, I have one garlic clove, big one here, and then there are two tiny ones over here. It depends with how you want this filling to be garlicky. Let me quickly wash this. I actually love my garlic crushed because when I chop my garlic and try to pass my knife through it to finally chop it, the knife just passes through. So I always just go ahead and crush my garlic. You can finally chop your garlic if you're good at that. I have my usual tool here. I'll add my garlic in. You can use ginger and garlic paste if you have that at home. I'm going to add in some ginger. I have a piece of ginger here that I quickly prepared. So for me, I love my coriander with a little bit of stock. It gives the coriander strong aroma rather than only the leaves. If you love your coriander with only the leaves, you can just go ahead and chop the leaves only. So moving on, right over here I have my pan. I'm now going to go ahead and prepare my filling. I'm going to add in some cooking oil. I'm actually going to use avocado oil today. If you are following both of my channels, check out how to make avocado oil for cooking at home. I already did a video on my channel on that. I know you're going to love that. You can use regular cooking oil or olive oil to prepare your filling. Yeah, I'm going to go in with my onions. I'm also going to add in my garlic and ginger paste. Yeah, and then I'm just going to fry the onions and this to golden brown. As you can see now, the ginger is turning golden brown, so I'm not going to wait for the onions or my ginger and garlic is going to burn up. I'm now going to go ahead and add my carrots in. Mix it up. And then I'll just create a little bit of space over here in the middle. First I'm going to adjust my oil. And then I'm going to add my ground beef in. And then I'm just going to mix this up together. And then I'm just going to make sure that I fry or cook my ground beef until it's a little pale. I'm now going to go in with my seasoning. I have black pepper here. I'm going to go ahead and add a quarter tablespoon your pepper. I'm going to add in a quarter tablespoon of cayenne too. Cayenne is very hot, so that's the reason why I decided to add a quarter tablespoon of black pepper. And then right here I have some beef masala seasoning here. It's a mixture of coriander, rice, salt, turmeric, mustard, fennel seeds, ginger, black pepper, garlic powder, cinnamon, cloves, chili. So I'm going to go ahead and add this seasoning in. It smells wonderful. You can use any of your favorite seasoning that you have at home. Yeah, I actually love Royco cubes, but I don't have any at home. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mix it up. And one more thing that I'm always forgetting is to add salt. Mix it up again. And then I'm just going to let this cook for a few minutes. So right here, this is now just ready. I'm now going to go ahead and add in my coriander. And then right over here I have some leftover eggplant. Yeah, I made some eggplant yesterday. I'm going to go in with a little bit of it. Actually for the filling you can use anything that you want, provided it makes you happy. Now that this is ready, I'm just going to switch off my stove and then I'm going to let it cool. So right here, it was already 10 minutes, so I switched off my stove while I was preparing the filling. And then right here is my cabbage. I don't know, I feel like I should just drain it to another pot or something like that. I have this here, and then I have a pot down below to hold the water. So actually, if you decide to boil the whole cabbage before you separate the leaves, don't throw away the water, because the inside of the cabbage will not fully cook and you'll have to boil it again. So you're going to need the water. Maybe I should just pour it out here. Rather than grabbing it will break. Okay, so moving on, I'm now going to go ahead and prepare some red sauce. I have 2 medium-sized tomatoes here that I already chopped. I'm going to add them to my pot. Add a little bit of salt to taste, and then you can also add some seasoning in, any seasoning that you want. So for me, I'm going to go in with my masala here. I'll just add a little bit of it in. I'm also going to need a little bit of oil. I'm going to need to mix in the salt so my tomatoes can soften really quick. I'll put a lid on top, and then I'm just going to use low heat to let it steam. You have to make sure that when you're making this, your tomatoes don't have lumps. And you can use any sauce that you want. You can use white sauce if you love white sauce. Yeah, actually check out my recent video on how to make pasta in white sauce and pasta in red sauce. So right here I'm adding at least a quarter cup of water, and then to thicken it up I'm going to have to mix some flour and water. Yeah, I'm going to have to add in some liquid butter. Okay, so right here I feel like I should transfer my camera to another spot, but I'm going to do this right here. On my silver bowl, I have 1 tablespoon of regular all-purpose sweet flour. I'm going to go ahead and adding a little bit of water, a dash of water in, and then all I'm going to do is to mix it up to make some butter. Yeah, you can use a spoon or a whisk for this. Just do it super quick and then add it in so it can cook together with the red sauce. The liquid butter is ready. I'm going to drain it. I'm going to strain it with a sieve. Yeah, since I mixed it really quick, I don't want any lumps in it. You see that? So you don't want your sauce to be messy, so just make sure you take your time to strain your liquid butter. And then I'm just going to mix it up. And then one more thing that I'm not going to forget is to adjust my salt. I'll add a pinch of salt, and I actually feel I should add a little bit more seasoning. And then I'll just let it cook here for at least 5 minutes. If the sauce thickens so much, you can adjust your water. Okay, so now it's been a little while and I feel like my sauce is ready. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my stove, and then I'll just let it sit here for a few more minutes while I move on to the next step. So moving on, I have my tray here. I'm going to go ahead and transfer my cabbage leaves to it. They're now cooling now. Oh, this smells so good. Oh, I love tacos, and this filling will be perfect for tacos. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to have to do is to remove this part. You have to remove this hard part. It's going to be hard to wrap the rolls if that is there. Like this. Just make sure you don't cut your cabbage leaves. I'm going to go ahead and now start wrapping this up. I'm going to add a little bit of it to the side. I'm going to go in with 2 tablespoons. I feel like I should double this. Yeah, I'm going to lay another leaf down below, and then I'm just going to wrap it nicely as shown in the video here. Yeah. Okay, so that is done. So you actually don't have to kill yourself to make this perfect. This looks good. Okay, so moving on to the baking part of this, I'm going to be using my pans here. I have 2 pans, so let me just work with one first. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of leaves. Yeah, you can use a baking pepper if you have that to prevent them from burning. And then I'm going to need some oil to the top. I'll just sprinkle a little bit of my avocado oil on top of it. And then you can go in with some black pepper. You can also use chili flakes to make them a little hot. I'm just going to use only black pepper. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm going to just bake this for 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to turn on my timer to see how much time I'm going to need. If you're using raw ground beef, just make sure that you adjust your time to 1 hour 30 minutes or an extra 30 minutes on top of it to make it 2 hours. So let's just transfer them to the stove. I'm just going to fire up my stove again. So actually today I don't really see the need of adding a heavy pan here to bake this, because these cabbage rolls have sauce down below, so I feel like it's not going to really burn that quick. So I'll just use my pan and then the stove straight like that. Yeah, I'm going to use medium heat and then I'll let them cook here for at least 5 to 10 minutes so my rolls can absorb this sauce. That's the main aim here. Yeah, so I'm just going to repeat the process with this other pan. Okay, so let me check on these. 10 minutes are now already over. Needs to be held. Well, this is just ready and it's smelling so good. This is how this looks up close. Thanks again for watching this particular video. Check out my other videos on my channel. Check out the playlist I made on my channel. I know you're going to love a bunch of videos in there. I hope you like today's video and try out the cabbage rolls. They're super easy and let's just give them a taste so I can tell you how good they are or if they're bad. They're very tasty, except I needed to adjust a little bit of my salt on this sauce. Thanks again for watching today's video. Kindly make sure you subscribe to my channel to support me to create more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.